Hello from the beanbag, and welcome to another episode of Daily Encouragements with Naomi. And yes, if you watched my last video that I uploaded on Saturday, we talked about potentially not being able to do videos from the beanbag anymore, which I don't know about you guys, but I was a wee bit sad about because that's kind of my intro. But I've worked it out so that I can still film from the beanbag, and all is right in the world again. So welcome, thank you for joining me. Today we are going to talk about just the importance, I think, of having a soft heart, and we'll look at that a little bit around just in a continuation of Saturday's video when I talked about unmet dreams and desires of our heart. So we'll just talk a little bit around that, but then also around some other areas and that I think we need to have soft hearts in, and people we need to have soft hearts towards. So let's do this. So the reason this has kind of been on my radar is I watched a video of Emma Stark, who, if you've been here a while, I have talked about her a couple of times, and she is my new hero, my new role model. Just when it comes to prophetic things. And I was watching a worship night that they did on New Year's Eve, and she was just prophesying some stuff, and she really felt that 23 there were two prayers that needed to be not far from our lips, and they were that God would give us a soft heart towards others, and just in general, and that he would give the nation, whatever nation we live in, and the nations of the world, soft hearts towards him. So that's kind of where it kind of came from, and I've kind of been pondering it actually, and just thinking about it in relation to different situations in my life and just different people. And I was struck by that because, you know, on Saturday I talked about unmet desires of our hearts and unfulfilled dreams. And one of the areas I think I want to encourage you to have a soft heart is in that area and towards God, in that whole area as you walk through life, and as sometimes those dreams and those desires aren't fulfilled, I think we can harden our hearts towards God. And so my encouragement to you and challenge, and to myself, is that when those dreams and desires are not met and not fulfilled, that we don't harden our heart towards God, that we continue to have a soft heart before him. And there are a few places in scripture where it talks about when people have hard hearts. You know, one is in Exodus, when Moses is trying to bring the people out of Egypt, and you know, it says there that God said to Moses that he will harden the heart of Pharaoh. And so, you know, it's definitely scriptural that we can have hard hearts. And there is another scripture somewhere else that something where it talks about, you know, God will remove my heart of stone and replace it with a heart of flesh. And so it's, you know, it's not just this kind of imaginary made up thing that potentially Christians or people that follow God, you know, throw around this expression of hard hearts, and you know, it's not that. It's scriptural. So I just, you know, I don't know why I felt that I needed to just explain that, but it is scriptural, and we can have hard hearts. And, I think particularly our hearts can become hard towards God when things are hurting, when, things haven't worked out the way we wanted to, that, dreams haven't been fulfilled, desires of the heart are left unanswered, and, there's all that kind of stuff. And I guess if it's maybe too, there's just dream after dream after dream that maybe hasn't been fulfilled, we can get to a place where we become complacent and negative, and our heart gets a little bit hard, I think, A, towards God, and B, potentially towards those around us who may be walking in the fulfillment of that dream that we are waiting to be fulfilled in our own lives. So I encourage you to keep a soft heart towards God and towards those around you who, may be walking in the fulfillment of that dream and that heart's desire in your life. And the other area that I just want to touch on is having a soft heart towards others. And, it's easy to have a soft heart towards those that we like, those that we love, those that we get on with, those that don't push our buttons. But I think it can be quite easy to harden our hearts towards those that we don't particularly get on with, or don't particularly like, or who push our buttons, and or those that have hurt us. And I'm not talking necessarily just about those that have just one-off hurt, although that can happen. We can harden our hearts to someone who's hurt or offended us just once, because it depends on what that hurt or offense was. But I'm talking, I think, more so about when we've been hurt by someone over and over and over again. I think our hearts can become particularly hard towards that person or those people. And I think particularly if we aren't walking through the process of forgiveness and letting go and releasing and just letting go of that hurt and offense, we can, I think, harden our hearts towards them and just kind of write them off because they've hurt us. We're angry and upset and whatever at them. But I encourage you, and I know it's not always easy, because I've had to really actually consider what it means to have a soft heart towards, I guess, difficult people. Because we've all got difficult people in our life. We've all got people that annoy us, frustrate us, push our buttons no matter what they do or say. And then, also you've got people that have hurt us deeply, and all that kind of stuff. So there's lots of people that potentially in our lives we can harden our hearts towards. But I just really want to encourage you to as we continue to walk into 2023, I encourage you to have soft hearts towards everyone. And for that to be a prayer that is not far from your lips this year of, God, keep my heart soft. Help me daily to have a soft heart towards everyone. You know, I think just praying that prayer is in itself a pretty humble prayer, because, you know, if someone's hurt us or someone's pushing our buttons constantly, we tend to rise up and go, right, come on. You know, and however you handle it, however you deal with that, you know, you kind of feel that you're justified in your anger and in your frustration, all that kind of stuff. And as humans, that's what we do. But I guess the challenge is that in our response, when we are being hurt, or our buttons are being pushed, or we're having to hang out and be with somebody who we don't particularly get on with or anything like that, is, yeah, what is our response, and how is our heart towards that person? What is our heart response to that person and to that situation? Because at the end of the day, it is about your heart. And that's what God is looking for, is that heart response in every situation that we walk through and deal with in our life. It's that heart response. What is our heart saying as our response to whatever situation, whatever's going on? What is our heart saying? And I think the best response is a soft heart, and a heart that loves and cares and is compassionate and empathetic no matter what is going on and who you're dealing with, or who's, you know, pushing your buttons at the time. But within that, it's also asking God for wisdom and how to deal with and how to work through and how to approach difficult people in your life, and how you process all that and walk through that but still have a soft heart. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that today. Pray that we all have soft hearts this year, and that our prayer would be that God would give us soft hearts, and also that God would give the nation that we live in and the nations of this world soft hearts towards him, particularly in this coming year, because I think, yeah, it's going to be needed. So that's my encouragement and my challenge to you today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye.